Good afternoon. Here is the state news on OGBC. I am Olusegun, Amujo. First, the major items. Government is facilitating multi-million dollars agro-processing zone investments, just as it has restated determination to ensure ease of doing business. A call made for more constitutional roles for vice presidents and deputy governors. The governor, Prince Tapabiodun, says the state is ready to host the $800 million special agro-processing zone investments at the Agro Cargo Airport in Elisha. Governor Abiodun, who led this out on Wednesday in Abeokuta, said that the project, which will be executed and financed by Arrive's integrated company, will be the biggest investment in Nigeria because it will provide jobs for over 15,000 people. It said that the turning of the sword of the first phase of $400 million investment will take place on Friday, while the construction of structures for the project will commence first week of December. According to him, the siting of the project is an indication of how viable the airport will be, noting that the Nigerian Air Force, the Customs Service, and multinationals as well as investors have indicated interest in the airport. He assured that government will intensify efforts in the implementation of good policies in order to attract more investments to the state for the benefit of the people. Meanwhile, the governor has spoken of readiness to resuscitate Gateway Hotel, reacting after the Ministry of Housing and related agencies presented their proposed estimate at the midweek Treasury Board meeting. Mr. Governor described the once viable toll as currently an eyesore, adding that it is urgent to address the dilapidation. Governor Abiodun expressed sadness over the abandonment of the hotel, despite its strategic location assured of the rehabilitation of the economic edifice, as requested by the people of Ota during the town hall meeting. He described the hotel as once a pride of the state, directing the Ministry of Housing to ensure the total rehabilitation of the edifice in the ministry's budget proposal. In the meantime, government is creating conducive investment climate for investors as part of efforts to ensure the ease of doing business. The Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kello Malunge, made this known at a meeting with company owners who are yet to comply with the payment of corporate haulage fees in the state. Mrs. Longe was represented by the Special Advisor on Industry, Trade and Investment, Chief Remy Ogumefun, therefore urged the owners of the companies to comply, assuring that the government was committed to sustaining the support for businesses in the state. The commissioner explained that the meeting was aimed at identifying the challenges facing the companies as well as work out modalities for solution to the challenges. She added that the company owners and business operators, however, need to be more responsible. In a welcome address, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Industry, Trade and Investment, Engineer Ladi Odujiri, called on the owners of the company and business operators to complement the government efforts through the payment of the required fees. The Ijebu-Trana Council this Thursday passed a vote of confidence on the current administration in the state, led by Governor Dapo Abiodun. The 52 monarchs in the council converged on the palace of the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetono, endorsed the second-term bid of the governor, saying the achievements recorded in the length and breadth of the state in the last 3.5 years of the administration are a good turn, which deserves an order. Addressing the gathering, Oba Adetono expressed delight that Governor Abiodun is doing well for the people of the land and the state at large. According to him, the monarchs will always throw their weight behind the governor for the success of his election next year. The Awujale thanked Governor Abiodun for assenting the bill on burial rights for traditional rulers, describing it as a welcome development. Other traditional rulers, like the Dagurewe of Idowa, Oba Yunus Adekoya, prayed for victory for the governor in the 2020 general polls, saying his achievements are speaking for him. You're listening to the state news on OGBC 90.5 FM. The Nigerian Constitution empowers vice presidents and deputy governors to head the National or State Economic Council. More constitutional roles, therefore, need to be assigned to the vice presidents and deputy governors for their impact to be felt in governance. A legal practitioner, Barrister Femi Ogunowo, passed this across in an interview in Abeokuta, pointing out that Section 191 of the 1999 Constitution states that the governor shall assign to the deputy governor specific responsibilities for any business of the government. Barrister Ogunowo harped on the need to give the deputy governors and vice presidents more constitutional roles beyond being subordinate to their bosses. He, however, advocated synergy between the two elected public officers for all-round development of the domain. An appeal has gone to relevant authorities to attend to the damaged portion of the Olusegun Yanamochuri overhead bridge. Motorists and other users plying the bridge made the appeal while speaking with OGBC. The OGBC roving reporter observed that there is a huge crack on the bridge, possibly caused by heavy-duty vehicles, which pose a big threat to the safety of motorists using the bridge. Those who spoke to OGBC also noted that the huge crack poses a threat to people passing under the bridge as it might fall on them. Other motorists also called on the government to pay attention to the damaged portion of Olusegun close to the Lanto roundabout. According to them, the bad portion of the road, which has become big, is narrowing the road. Corporate bedrock for building a better nation is the theme of the induction and awards of the Institute of Cooperative Professionals of Nigeria, ACOPRON, built for Olusegun Ambassador Presidential Library, OPR Abiola Way, Abeokuta between Monday through Wednesday from 9 a.m. daily. According to a statement by the National President ACOPRON, Mr. Olubunmi Fajobi, the conference, which will draw participants across the state of the Federation, will have Professor Abiodun Otunaya of the Department of Agricultural Economics and Farm Management, Olabisi Onabanjo University, delivering the lead paper at the opening ceremony built for Monday at OOPL, while the ACOPRON Grand Patron and Senate President Dr. Ahmad Lawan will deliver the keynote address. The Governor, Prince Abiodun, is a special guest of honor at the event to be chaired by former Speaker, House of Representatives, the Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole. The three-day ACOPRON conference will be rounded off on Wednesday at the OOPL, Abeokuta. The economic development of the state requires concerted efforts. Play your own part. To end the state news, another look at the major items. Speaking in Abeokuta on Wednesday, the Governor, Prince Abiodun, said the state will be hosting the $800 million Special Agro-Processing Zone investment at the Agro Cargo Airport in Elisha to be executed and financed by Rise Integrated Company. The Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kelo Malonge, has reiterated government's commitment to creating a conducive investment climate for investors. He also heard that a legal practitioner, Barrister Femi Ogunowo, in an interview in Abeokuta, saw the need for more constitutional rules for vice presidents and deputy governors for their impact to be felt more in governance. The state news was edited by Chris Obu and broadcast from OGBC, Abeokuta.
Oya la ba o.